going on, I thought I'd get a little video of how clean you need to make your flip cars before you sell them. A lot of people ask me how much they should do as far as paint work and body work and all that stuff. It really depends on the situation. Like this car here, as you can see, the paint here on the roof is really dry and rough. The trunk was a little better. I was able to buff it out, but it still isn't perfect. You kind of can see all the acid rain spots. The sides came out clean. Clean enough, I guess. I didn't need to go perfect or crazy with it. The hood was just as bad as the roof. You can still see some spots of dead paint here and there. I mean, overall, what you want is really like say a 10 to 5 foot situation when you walk up on the car, it looks good. So from like here or so, it's no problem. And most people don't really pay attention to something like this or anything, especially on a car that's cheap. So you walk inside here, you'll see that I vacuumed the carpet, but you still got a good amount of stains and such. And what I'll do is I usually go through it and just try and scrub it quickly. If it comes up quickly, it comes up, but I don't go too crazy or try and get like a professional detail or anything. The seats are pretty clean. They won't need too much work. The center console itself, as you can see, is really, this is the color it's supposed to be, and that's what it is just from sitting in the sun. The cars have sitting for about 2 years. So I just need to finish wiping down the dash and, getting your dust and stuff off. Now stuff like this here, like this vent being broken, like I'm not gonna fix that. Now you don't fix that on something that this cheap. It still blows air through it. As long as it functions, I wouldn't bother with it. Stuff like all the dirt and stuff down in these corners, I'll clean that just so when you get in the car, when you look to that side, you see that stuff is clean. The goal is when they pick up the car, or come and look at the car to see that it's clean. It looks cleaner than its age would tell you. So things like buffing the headlights, I'll definitely do that because that's something you instantly see when you walk up on the car. Painting hubcaps, that's something that's easy to do. I would do that just so like I said, when you walk up, the car looks a certain way. But I'm not going to paint the roof. I'm not going to paint the trunk because the paint is a little off. I will, however, get badges for the car. I don't know what happened to the badges, but they're cheap. It's just something to enhance the car. $5, $6, $7 worth of badges. I'll put that back on. See here, you can obviously see that the car has been painted because that's just like it's silver under the black here. So, and what I would do is fix how they have this bolt loose here. I'll fix the bumper to make it look, look more factory. You don't want it to look like the car's been in any sort of accident or anything like that. So, you just want to do the big things. Like I said, the overall picture is more important than fine details. You know what I mean? You don't need to get crazy. Like you wouldn't. These are supposed to be black. You're not going to paint these black just because they're supposed to be. That's not. You got to pick and choose your battles. You don't want to spend too much time on something and put too much money into something just because you think it should be mint, because these cars are old. They're not going to bring mint money. You know what I mean? Like at this point, I have $1,100 tied up in this car, and I wouldn't sell it for less than $24.50 all in. So I mean, it'd still be a pretty decent flip. Now, if this car was perfect paint, perfect tires, perfect everything, and it was a 2000 model instead of a 97, even though they are the same car, I would probably get about 28 for it. But being that it's a 97, which is the second year of this generation, and it still has its, issues and things like that, you don't ask top dollar, being that it needs paint and it needs this, that, and the other, you know what I mean? You know what it needs and you know where to price it at, so you know how far you need to take it. So like I said, if you step back and look at the car, it looks fine, it looks pretty, just looks just as clean as that Lexus. I mean, so it'll be a good car for somebody to drive around. They'll be happy to pay my asking price, and then I'll move on to the next. Excuse me, fucking allergies are killing me. But so I still have to go back, and I've done a lot of buffing. So as you can see, all of this stuff here, these white marks and stuff, I have to go back and wash all that stuff off. So I still got a bit more work to do tomorrow, but overall, it looks like a clean car. Like you said, the 5 to 10 foot rule always applies to these cheaper cars. You just, if it looks good from 5 to 10 feet, run with it. You know what I mean? Detail work is not really important. These cars sell whether or not, you know, like another example, the on all these cars, the sunroof visors suck. They always hang down or the fabric comes off of them like that. Or the same with the sunroof there and the headliner. So I'm not fixing a headliner on this car anywhere in the $2,000 range. What I'll do is I'll cut out the excess that's hanging down, and I'll remove the, if you scratch it, it has some kind of fine material that's like glue residue. So I'll clean all of that up, take all this old material off, and just leave that as it is. I'm not going to drop a whole headliner and replace it, because on this car, being that the paint isn't perfect, the console isn't perfect, different things aren't perfect on this car, you would have to go for broke, meaning you would have to paint the faded parts, fix the spray the console, do the whole headliner, and then try and get $2,900 for the car, that's a gamble, and you just spent 2-3 days worth of your time to do it. That doesn't make any sense. So you need to weigh your pros and cons. How quickly can you get the car in sellable condition for the maximum profit? Don't spend an extra 2 weeks on a car trying to get $200. It doesn't make any sense. You can buy 2 cars in 2 weeks. It does, so you have to be quickly clean and assess the situation, make sure the car runs good, and post it up for sale. So I have, like I said, a few more things I need to do to this thing tomorrow, and it's up for sale. I don't see it taking long to sell. Most times, maximum 2 or 3 days, and it'll be gone. I just sold a Accord last night. It took 30 minutes from the time I posted it to the time it was gone to sell. So I'll do a video on that one soon. But yeah, so like I said, get to finding these deals. The easiest one to find, if you can in your area, is any four-door automatic Honda. So Honda Accords from, I would stay 94 and up, because the Honda Accords from 94 to 97 are decent. But the best ones are these 96 to 2000 Civics, preferably LX or above, with power windows and stuff. DX cars really don't bring the same amount of money. But these are my bread and butter when it comes to flipping cars. So, and I've still got the $500 Volvo here that I've been driving, actually. So I'll do a video on it too. Just got the windows and stuff tinted, but that's actually for sale too. But it'll take a little longer to sell, because that's more of a niche car, so the market's a lot smaller. But I mean, it will sell, and I'll just drive it until it does sell. So, yeah, if you have any questions, just drop a comment in below, and I'll get to it. Or send me an email at dean.holder90@gmail.com. Thanks. Bye.